welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here today with a pick a card reading for you. A big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for helping me to create a space of inclusivity, of acceptance as well. If you are new to the channel or a new subscriber, we have a beautiful community of souls here who are just so supportive in the comment section. They're always sharing their vulnerable stories with the collective. So please feel free to join us, pull up a chair, get cozy. We're going to have a little chat today because we're all friends when we gather around my table. And as a thank you to my subscribers, I do offer a chance to win a free reading with me. And all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel, hit your notification bell, your like button, and drop me a comment beneath any of my videos this month for your chance to win. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner, of course. And I am waiting to hear back from my most recent winner, so be sure to check your notifications if you have dropped me comments in the past. For today's pick a card topic, we are looking at the person on your mind and what are their true feelings for you right now. This could be somebody that you're crushing on or someone that you're currently dating. Just a person that you're holding in your mind at this time. What are their truest current feelings for you at this time? We do have 3 piles to choose from today. We're using the Woodland Warden's Oracle for you today. We have pile number 1 with the green stone and the sheep. We have pile number 2 with the red stone and the honeybee. We have pile number 3 with the bear and the clear quartz. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting, and I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, today's topic is all about the person in your mind and how do they truly feel about you right now. Pile 1. Hello, pile number 1. You are drawn to the green stone. You're also drawn to the sheep here, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, how are they truly feeling about you right this moment? Now, the sheep is mixed here with the blackberry. It does say devotion. And so there's a certain amount of devotion perhaps that they feel towards you. Now, whenever I see a sheep, I do think about somebody who follows in line or who follows suit in some way. And even the blackberry, there's a certain amount of almost devotion that comes out along with the blackberry. It almost feels like something, though, that keeps me entrapped. I think about the raspberry and the bramble bushes that go around Sleeping Beauty, for instance. It just makes me feel like I get entrapped by something. And there's nothing that would be more trapping, truly, than a sheep inside a blackberry bush. So despite perhaps immediate appearances of things, they may be perhaps not able to express their feelings to you fully. They're trying to talk about the immediate appearances of things and how their feelings, their true feelings, because it does say devotion, their true feelings may not be evident on the outside of things. So let's take a look here. I'm going to use the Tattoo Tarot for you to start. How do they truly feel, please, about pile number 1? What are their true feelings at this moment? We have the Chariot coming out first. The 3 of Coins. This could be somebody that you're working with currently. It doesn't have to be, but I'm getting a message for someone specifically about they're worried about office gossip, or someone's worried about gossip in general, people's opinions. We have the Hierophant. Cancer and Taurus, very strong. How do they truly feel, please? The 6 of Coins. This definitely could be a connection that did start in the work realm in some way. It could also, there's like institutions that I'm seeing. So this could be the bank. This could be the courthouse. This could be the gym. This could be the work realm. And this person has a lot to say. Like they feel like there's a lot that they have to say. It almost makes me feel like, because I just heard write it in a letter, but then it's a letter that I never send. So they've sent a lot of letters, so to speak, energetic letters, or they have a lot to say that they would like to communicate with you, that they may never ever have the actual intention of expressing to you because of the positions that you're in. But this person, you know, there's a lot that has not been said or done in this connection. We have the Hermit, Virgo energy. And so they just kind of retreat with that truth because they're afraid to wield it. Back of the deck is the 9 of Wands, and there's the Queen of Swords. Now, they definitely are intimidated by you, but they think that you are incredibly capable, incredibly smart. You are a leader. Like they see leadership in you, especially if you're working together. You could even be in a leadership role, perhaps. But they see that quality in you. There's also something even physically about your voice that they tend to really enjoy. They have been holding back. They also feel like you've held back. So this person does feel like this connection could be mutual. They feel like you've both held back here. And they do feel that there has been some unspoken moments between the two of you that you would even, like, you would know what I'm talking about. Like a moment where there was a zing between the two of you, or you caught each other's eyes in just the right way. There have been some very unspoken moments that meant a lot to them that they keep going over in their mind. Here is the Devil coming in sideways here, supporting the Chariot. And to say that this person is attracted to you is an understatement. It's an understatement. But their position gets in the way, full stop. Your position might get in the way, full stop, too. A position that the two of you share equally, perhaps in the realm of the work realm. They are worried about like office gossip. I keep hearing office gossip. But you represent a huge temptation. You represent a huge temptation. And they're worried that their attraction for you can't be hidden in plain sight. It's almost like they can't keep still around you. Here's the Seven of Cups coming out as well. They're fantasizing about you. But it feels like a fantasy for them. You feel out of their league, or not attainable, or not available, or they're not available. It's like I got myself wrapped up here. And now they're showing the sheep being sheared. And, you know, sometimes I feel like there must be something, like there must be nothing more freeing for a sheep than being sheared, even if it's a scary moment or a scary process. The moment of that freedom, of having that weight off of their shoulders, must be a lovely moment. But it's like they won't be able to experience that until they actually put themselves out there in a real way with you. I do feel like you distract this person a lot. I feel like this person does see you regularly. You could definitely be someone that they work with, or that they see out in the world. But they've really internalized this feeling. I will say that you influence them step by step. So it's like they do think about you every day, or you distract them every day. And I will also say that they do have intentions of speaking up, or to express themselves in some way if the opportunity presents itself perfectly. And if they feel like you are matching them equally, they would communicate something, or they have intentions to. They just don't know if they're going to get that chance. And they don't know, honestly, I don't honestly think they're going to know what to do if they got that chance. What would I do with it if I get that chance? Because I feel like there's still, even if the obstacle, or one of the obstacles, is the fear of other people's opinions, or not being able to express myself right now because of fear, there are practical obstacles in place that could be waiting for us even after we express ourselves. So they do think that this connection with you would require some careful handling, but like they want that opportunity. They see the opportunity. They're almost like they're inspired by it, but they're also almost overwhelmed by it. It's like they see it, they aren't blind to it. But that almost puts the pressure on as well. It feels like this person is really crushing on you, pile one. How do they truly feel? Please, for pile number one. We have embrace and attraction. Embrace what destiny has in store for you, and divine soul counterparts that attract, transcend superficiality. So they're claiming it's not just about the physical, although they are highlighting here your physical attraction, or how attracted they are to you. We have let go. Sometimes it's best to let go and let the universe work things out in divine timing. Now, ultimately, I do feel that they have intentions towards more, but they are dragging their feet because they're hoping that they won't have to be the ones that create solutions here. They do also feel, as I said, that you are holding back because you also have a fear of what the unknown holds in this connection. Letting go of something might be a necessary action that's required in order for us to make progress together. And I feel like their devotion's being tested. Their devotion to their environment, their devotion to their commitments might be tested when it comes to this attraction for you. And I also feel like this is the type of person that has always done the right thing or has always jumped through the hoops of expectation. They've always made decisions in their life based on other people's opinions of what they should be doing. And you're one of the first things that they've allowed themselves to be attracted to that wasn't a part of the plan. And that makes them feel like they're going against the grain, but they're actually heading closer and closer towards their truth when they get inspired by their attraction. This is a creature of habit, but those habits don't always benefit them. We have here flexibility, the willow spirit. And I just heard, leave the weeping to the willows and throw your cares into the sea, because there is this aspect about having to find inspiration in order to create change here. And they have to be flexible with the original plan. We do have retreat. And we also have growth, the toadstools of growth. And when we have the toadstools of growth, they are speaking about a slow momentum to growth. So this person's feelings for you may have mounted slowly, but they also may have a very slow approach when it comes to creating change. They do establish, though, that they feel like you light up the room. We have joy on the back of the deck. It's like you have the ability with your energy to light up the room or to make a change in their day. It's like going from a bad day to a positive day. Now let's get a couple of message cards here to see what sort of thoughts are going through this person's mind, please, in relation to pile number one. How do they truly feel right this moment for pile number one? I am patiently waiting for the right time. What are their truest feelings, please? I'm making plans for us, and I wish I believed in me like you do. The Queen of Wands, they feel like they know that they're keeping you up, kept waiting for the truth of how they feel. But they see the opportunity. They're very attracted. You give me mixed signals. Says here, I shouldn't have treated you like all of the rest. And they feel like that has created sort of frustrating delays in the situation. So they may feel like they've given you the wrong impression about their feelings. You are an emerging idea, passion, creativity, and initiation. But they're also highlighting the Hierophant, how they were inspired in that environment, or you inspire them to create changes in their environments that they have put a lot of energy towards. I think about you every single day, and I think about a fresh opportunity and this new offer when it comes to your connection. Back of the deck. Very physical. Let's talk about sex, baby. How do they truly feel, please, for pile number one? Heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost. Preemptively mourning, because it's easier to stay in the fantasy realm than it is for them to act. But that just keeps them living in this shadow version of their life. It's like, if I promise to be good in this life, maybe I'll get rewarded in the next, but we're supposed to live in this life. We do have chaser in a codependent relationships. They do have a fear of abandonment, which could affect the momentum of them expressing themselves in the future. Back of the deck says stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, deception, shocking attack. And if there is third party here, and you would be privy to this, if you are privy to the knowledge of third party, this message is for you, but it's not for everyone. They are indicating that. They are indicating having to break free from their own attachments, whether they be practical or emotional, in order to create change here. And that affects their devotion. Here with the sheep and the blackberry, it's like they have to get that sheep out of the blackberry bush and thinking on their own or thinking for themselves in order for them to create change. And it's like they're waiting for the perfect moment of epiphany or the perfect opportunity to pounce, and they themselves are going to have to break and make that perfect opportunity available to themselves. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number one. What was the last thought they had about pile number one in the bowl, please? Two of Pentacles, the Fool. They were thinking about taking action, but they were delaying. They couldn't commit to the decision because they kept telling themselves, oh, I'm naive for thinking this, or it's unrealistic, I can't do it, or there's all of these issues, and they were just lining up the issues in front of themselves. And that sounds very logical sometimes, even when the ego is using it against us to stop us from taking that decision or making that decision about taking a risk with you. We have the Degas ruin, the dawn ruin, looking at things from a new perspective under the light of the sun. We have PG and Y. We also have mending things. I do think of the workaround with the sewing machine. We have the Knight of Cups, so somebody who acts like a gentleman, wants you to really see them in a really perfect light. This could be also the type of person that just loves the idea of being in love, like there's just a sense of excitement surrounding it. We have Always in My Heart, and we have I Love You Infinity. I think of Leo energy. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. Hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, and I've got a ton of links down there for the Enchantment Oracle, but also for Etsy, my personal readings, for Instagram, for TikTok as well, so please check those out too. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the red stone. You're also drawn to the bee, and this is your reading. How does the person on your mind truly feel? You were not only drawn to the bee, you were also drawn to the pomegranate here. So the pomegranate and the bee. The person on your mind, the bee is a symbol of abundance, you know, sweet results that await us. The pomegranate is, of course, abundance, but also a little bit of temptation. I often think of the Garden of Eden when I see the pomegranate, and I also think of the Empress energy. So there's something very seductive about the divine feminine here. It's all about energy, has nothing to do with gender, but there's just something very seductive that this person finds about you. And a temptation perhaps here with the honeybee. Sometimes the honeybee will give me a symbol of self-sacrifice at times, but how does this person truly feel? About pile number 2, please. We have the 8 of Wands. And the divine feminine here is definitely sort of causing a stir, causing a lot of pressure to build a lot of attraction. You can see here that she's on these tall stiletto heels. She's charging through the desert. This is momentum. This is somebody who desires a lot in this connection. It's like I have a lot to say. We have the Empress. And they're showing me like the Indy 500 or like a race, like a car race of going round and around circles in this connection. So the feelings for you, the emotions, the attraction just keeps circulating. It has nowhere to go because energy is never destroyed. And so it just has nowhere to go. If I have nowhere to direct it, it just keeps circulating around me. We have the 2 of Cups. And this person wants to be in a relationship with you, but they haven't expressed that to you in this moment. It's like they want to be in a relationship, but they haven't expressed that to you. We have the Strength, and they don't know if they're strong enough to give in to what they want here in this moment. But they can't deny the attraction. Like they cannot deny this attraction. It's almost like they're disarmed by it. We have the Ace of Swords. And we also have the Page of Swords with the Queen of Wands. This person likes to watch you. They still like to learn about you, or they're still gathering information about you in the present moment. Just get a different deck here. Now, if there is an emphasis on the work realm here, there could be an emphasis actually on the school realm. There could be like an educator or a teacher energy that's in this connection, but please take that as it resonates. We have the 8 of Wands with the 8 of Wands. And they can't unsee it. Like they just showed me the Tower, the 8 and the 8 of the 16. They can't unfeel this attraction. The pressure is there. It's kind of like it hit them like a train. We have the High Priestess. And you already know, like Spirit says, you're intuitive. You already know this person has a profound amount of connection to you. I feel like you feel just as attracted to them. There's a very strong mutual attraction between the two of you. And you're sitting on this information. Spirit says you already know all of this information. We have the Queen of Cups. And I feel like you both feel the same way. You both feel the same way. Now, there can sometimes be motherhood associated with this Queen of Cups right now for me. So they're just really highlighting this little cherub underneath. So please take that as it resonates. there's like this excuse energy that starts rolling through our minds about this is why we can't. And there could be children as one of those factors. But your guides are just still saying that there's still this fear. Yeah, it's just vulnerability, perhaps within the home, perhaps within other attachments. Could just be my own insecurity here at the devil that's testing my strength. But Spirit says for someone watching, someone in this connection could have an investment elsewhere, an investment in the home, an investment in my career, an investment with children. Here's the Two of Swords coming out with the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Because the Ace of Swords is about an initiation, a fresh start, a new beginning. And how this attraction to you brings this person to a crossroads which asks them, do you want to take a leap of faith or not? Do you want to make adjustments? And this person is saying, yes, they absolutely want to be in a relationship, but they don't know if they're strong enough. They don't know if they're capable at this time to make a decision, but it's like they want to put it on the shelf for later. It's like, I don't want this to go anywhere. I don't want to lose the opportunity or lose the momentum. And they're kind of hoping that the Divine Feminine in this case is capable of staying up there in the air with them, because there's an aspect of here of being on the stiletto heel, not grounding my energy. It's like, because I'm so high off the ground, I can't ground my energy, but you're up there with me. It's like, if we're both up in the air, at least we're up there together. Is that what it feels like for this person's perspective? But ultimately, the Divine Feminine will want to ground herself, will want to experience this in its totality and what's available to us. Like, they're going to want the abundance. That's what you represent. And here the card underneath says productivity. Again, a highlight on the work realm, a highlight on having to make a to-do list and execute it in order to be productive towards the abundance that this can represent for us. And this is abundance. Like, this is heading towards commitment cycles. This is headed towards success together, a finish line. But we have to bypass, we have to open up our heart first. We have to deal with the reality of the situation that does impede the progress here. And so now the question is, what are we surrendering to? Are we surrendering to the reality, the Ace of Swords? Are we going to surrender to some of the micromanagement or some of the adjustments that need to be made in this connection moving forward? Because this is what's going through this person's mind right now. I feel like they are watching you. They could be watching you within the dynamics of the work realm, for instance, or in the world. There could be a slight separation here. But I'm not even feeling that slight separation. If there is a physical separation, energetically, this person feels like they're right beside you. And honestly, I feel like both of your attractions are very equally matched as well. How do they currently truly feel, please? They feel a very strong vulnerability surrounding loss. What am I going to lose in order to gain here? We have challenges. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. And that's their understanding of, like, if we're both up in the air together, at least we're together. We may have to let go of something in order to achieve our goals. That could be where the self-sacrifice of the honeybee comes in order to achieve our positive results. And we have recognition. The divine will help you to recognize signs and miracles. They are acknowledging here that there's an unfinished cycle here when it comes to expressing our emotions. And this person hasn't completely expressed their emotions to you, full stop, yet. How do they truly feel, please, about pile number 2? Elves, playfulness, number 15. Capricorn. We have Capricorn here. Leo as well, very strong. There is a sense of wanting to renew that playfulness. There's an excitement, a physical excitement. It's like making them want to do naughty things. So we have the Enlightenment, number 19. And we also have patience. Now you do inspire, and this sort of came out in a very similar way for pile 1, but you do inspire a new initiative or a new process of clarity. I do feel like they can't commit to a decision, at least at this moment, in order to create that clarity, but the pressure is rising. The pressure is rising for them to communicate how they truly feel. And honestly, it doesn't even feel like it feels like a physical communication. It's like they want to show you how they're actually feeling. We do have expansion, so they do have intentions to expand, but this bird hasn't quite taken flight yet. And so I do feel like the patience here is going to be required in order for the fog to lift and for the clarity to come in. This person does have a fantasy about enlightenment, especially when it comes to the sexuality portion of their attraction, but also a fear of what happens as a result of that as well. Let's get some message cards here from the Hermit Tarot. What are they truly thinking and feeling, please? What they truly feel for pile number 2. I get very jealous when it comes to you. Happiness is my priority. But I just got this question in my mind about whose happiness is your priority. We have here, I do imagine you naked. Lots of physical energy, wanting to be playful in the physical realm. That really tests their desires. Whoop. Let me hold you. Number 7, it feels very secretive. I just saw I'm open to compromise. Gossip only hurts more. I think we should see other people. There could be third party here, pile 2, and I do worry about us a lot. But the truth is that I have so much desire for you on the back of that deck. How do they truly feel, please, right this moment for pile number 2? There is something about this attraction that inspires them and empowers them. But it empowers them like an ignition, like a match being struck, and then they have to fuel that empowerment with more action. We have here not today. It's like not dealing with it, avoiding a person, boundaries. So there could be boundaries here that stops them from taking action in this moment. We also have the snake, competition, other woman looking over your shoulder. So commitment cycles. And interested in conversing more, talking. And then we have boat, receiving what you need, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. Progression. They are being very strategic. They consider this connection and their attraction to you as taking a gamble or taking a leap of faith. They're not showing their true hands at right this moment, but there's the mirror on the other side, because I do feel like the two of you have very mirrored attraction and desire for each other. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. What was the last thing that pile number 2's person thought about them? The last thought that came forward. They were thinking about taking on a new approach with you. They were thinking about needing a new approach, because whatever approach has been applied up to this point, it just isn't working. And so it's like even their glasses, they're adjusting their glasses, adjusting what they're perceiving, or maybe perhaps thinking about adjusting their efforts towards you. Now we still have the Two of Wands in a place of limbo in the bowl, however, so we may still find that there's a back and forth flirtation between the two of you that does transmit or does show itself over the next chapter of this connection. It may have been stuck in that place for a while. Like an unspoken attraction between the two of you. We have the Tower falling, so somebody could be worried about that, but there's a lot of attraction and somebody who thinks very highly of you. I'm hearing Minnie Mouse, but I'm hearing her voice, so you could have a very high voice, for instance. I also think of children with that as well. We have Aries. Star of Aquarius, so somebody who's even gazing upon you or crushing upon you. Never, never give up. And then we have here, and they keep highlighting, it's a silver dollar from the Calgary Stampede. It says calf roping, 1982, has Pete Knight on it. When I think of the Pete Knight, I think about the Knight of Pentacles. That could be a name that's really important for you. But they were really highlighting the calf roping of like getting roped into something. So somebody felt like they were roped into something or roped into a position that doesn't allow them to move forward now. All right, that's what I have for you today. Pile number 2. If it resonates with you, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I just hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the clear quartz and to the bear spirit, and this is your reading. How does the person on your mind truly feel about you at this time? You are drawn to the bear and the cedar. It says leadership in this moment. Every time I see the bear spirit, I think of boundaries. I think of the Queen of Swords. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy comes forward for me. And they're really speaking here about maybe taking on leadership roles. Perhaps this does speak to how you know this person, but also about boundaries that may need to be maintained or crossed perhaps at this time. So how do they truly feel, please, about pile number 3? We have the 9 of Pentacles, and there's the bear. I'm getting this really strong acknowledgement for you, pile 3, about how you've evolved and changed. That the decisions that you made in the past, and it's sort of secondary to the message of love that's coming through, they're just speaking about you and how you are a creature of your environment, or it's like you've perhaps even outgrown certain environments. There's just all of this change that has happened over the past, I feel like, decade for you. This past decade for you has really shown how much you've grown and how much you've changed. It's like you don't recognize the past version of yourself. In a lot of ways, that's amazing. In a lot of ways, you've outgrown so many things in your life, but there are certain things in your life that you may have outgrown that you are failing to address. Oops, we have here the 4 of Pentacles. Now, they first want to highlight this person's truest feelings for you. They want to highlight sort of how beautiful you are, truthfully, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you dress, the way that you do your hair. You might be the type of person that puts a lot of effort into that, and they definitely notice. Even if you don't feel like you put a lot of effort into it, they feel like you do. It's like they notice you in a very physical way. And they're giving me this like fox in a hen house mentality, even though they're in there with the baby bunnies. It's like giving me the sense of like a fox in the hen house. And the fox is like a creature of great intelligence, and it's also a creature that can be a little bit sneaky or a little bit secretive. So they're really highlighting how this person is hiding in plain sight, or they feel like their feelings for you are hiding in plain sight. Oop. We have the Hermit, Virgo. And this person, I just heard Orb Weaver. They do feel like they've made their bed. They're like, I put myself in the positions that I'm in. I never expected to feel this way about you. It's like there's an unexpected opportunity or unexpected attraction that goes against their boundaries, or goes against maybe even your boundaries. And this person feels kind of quiet or shy to begin with. We have the Empress. And they are highlighting that the Empress is actually sleeping upon information or sleeping upon attraction here that you feel very strongly towards this person as well. I do feel as though this is a very mutual attraction. But they keep highlighting the individualness of both of you. So it's like both of you have a mutual attraction, but you both have obstacles that you individually have to overcome in order to achieve. There could be a position of leadership here. If this was a work connection, there could be a position where someone is in a leadership role. In the very least, they're speaking about boundaries and somebody having to take on a leadership role to soften the boundary lines, to readjust them, to move them. Because this person has, like, they want to create intentive plans, but they realize it requires so much caution. We have the Chariot. And now they're feeling really pulled, especially if you are relating to that message about decisions and growth and change. I feel like they are very similar, in the similar boat, where they feel like it's their responsibility to see something through. And that's what's kind of really influencing them, is like, I need to see something through here. My decisions, my role, my choices from the past, I'm supposed to see it through. That's my job in this moment. But you offer a contrast, offer a solution, offer a different pathway, and they may act in the exact same way, exact same triggered-like way for you, pile 3. Because here's the devil, and it's like a jackalope, or whatever they're called, where it's a rabbit, but it's mixed with a stag spirit here. And so the rabbit's a very fight or flight animal. It's a very afraid animal sometimes, but it's also very curious and playful. And so in order for them to curb that curiosity, to feed that thirst with you, they're going to have to go through this spirit of the stag, the skull of the stag, which is a reality, a grief reality, a transitioned reality, where perhaps I'm moving away from relationships, environments that are impeding me, and moving towards something that I'm just doing because it feels like it's for me and it's no other purpose. The only function it has is for me. And for this person, it feels selfish to go in that direction, because they're like, I promised to see something through. But you'll notice here, I said fox in a hen house, they're baby rabbits, but here's the badger with the hens here. And the truth is that they're focused on seeing something through, their responsibilities, their environments, their original plans. It's all trickles down to fear. Those chickens here, it all trickles down to fear. Our determination to see something through is actually our fear of stepping outside of that expectation, even our own expectations, and surprising ourselves with what could be available for us in the present moment. Because you make this person want to break boundaries. You make them want to just do something for themselves. Here with the moon. But here it's like a coyote looking through the garbage, and there's a sense of like having like acceptance, having to accept my issues from the past, having to accept my consequences. That's their fear of the unknown. It's like, I'm afraid of facing my consequences. I'm afraid of facing the truth, because what if I'm wrong, is what I'm hearing too. There's a sense of friendship here that exists between the two of you. So you might call each other friends, for instance. It doesn't feel like you're calling each other up every night to gossip for an hour, but it does feel like it's a certain amount of friendliness between the two of you, but you're wearing masks. And the truth is that although there's boundaries and obstacles and issues, we actually have everything we need to create a rival here, to create solutions. And you'll notice there's a lot of major themes that are influencing this person in their attraction for you. The devil, the empress, the hermit, the chariot. These are all ways in which you've influenced them heavily and influenced these major themes for them. But they are feeling so pulled emotionally. It's like one half of them wants to dig in and see something through to completion because that's their responsibility. The other half of them just wants to do something selfish and give in to their desires for you. We have the Hanged Man and the Ace of Swords. Now the Hanged Man here is surrendering to new concepts, new ideas, new perspective shifts. I do feel like this person wishes that they had more clarity from your end of things, like straight from the horse's mouth, I just heard, like straight from the horse's mouth. And they may be intentionally sitting back and being very passive towards you, pile 3, because they are waiting for some type of clarity, even in your actions. We have the Star, and we have the 5 of Cups. And I will say this, instead of actively looking for the solutions in this moment, it's like they have surrendered to their vulnerability and they're focused on what they would lose instead of focusing on what they would be gaining. They do have a concern for their environment and leading trouble to the environment. It's like they're showing me the reason why the mother rabbit only comes back to her kits for twice a day. It's because she doesn't want to lead the fox to the hen hole or to the rabbit hole. It's like I don't want to bring danger into my environment. So there could be children as a factor as well, or as reasoning. We have the Page of Wands, but like this person is internalizing it all, but they really, really are curious about where this could go. You ignite them in ways that I feel like they didn't even realize they were thirsty. I think they're very surprised by their attraction to you. And some of these messages you may find are very double-sided or They could be reversed because you may be feeling this way as well, because I feel like you've grown and outgrown your environment. We do have the Moon, Scorpio, Aquarius, very strong as well. Cancer energy, Capricorn. And we have Libra, the Justice energy. And in this moment, the reality of their attraction is real. But the reality of the fear of the unknown and what the consequences will be are real as well. Here's the Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. And there's the Ace of Wands. And the truth is, you were supposed to cross paths with this person because you were supposed to inspire each other to make adjustments in your environments or with your original plans. Because ultimately, that's why we make a plan. It's like we make a plan so that we can follow that path. But when we hit construction or obstacles, it's a good idea to know how to detour. How do they truly feel right this moment, please? And I said this in pile 1, I believe, as well. There's a huge crush energy here towards you, pile 3. And it's like they have this huge crush of like right person, wrong timing. It's like, I really wish I could, but, and then they put the ... in front of it. But they're already on the side. It's like they've already crossed that bridge. They're actually on the side with the solutions. But can they reach solutions without bypassing a grieving period? We do have past life connection. Reunite with our loved ones, our past life connections over and over again. That could be why you feel such a profound connection to them, or why you felt that attraction out of nowhere. They awoke something in you. We do have clarity. Take time to think about your situation to gain clarity, because there is a lot of confusion in this moment. Ask the divine to provide the answers that you seek. And I do feel like they're holding back their truth from you. They are hoping that more will be revealed to them. I honestly don't know that it would affect the challenging, difficult nature of their decision as to whether or not they can approach you in some way, because you represent major, major change in their life. But we have the union of divine soul counterparts is a miraculous event that begins when you least expect it. And this does sort of arrive at like an awakening that made them change directions in an original plan. How do they truly feel, please, about pile number 3? We have here healing, the bear spirit. The bear spirit is a theme for you today, pile 3. Boundaries. There's a reality here that does sting a little bit when it comes to boundaries. We have chaos, could be representing tower energy. And it's number 42, which does break down to a 6 of like facing the storm together, facing upheaval together. We do have sanctuary, number 26, again, the bear for you, pile 3. And there's the rabbit. Lots of rabbit themes for you as well, along with the bear. And they're showing me now actually the bear in full gallop. It's like sometimes there's this idea of like a bear can't really move very quickly, but a bear can outrun a deer sometimes. So there's just something here about making a decision and taking appropriate action when it comes to our boundaries and comes to the sanctuaries in which we're creating for ourselves. They're here to ask us, are these sanctuaries really sanctuaries for us? Or are they sanctuaries that we're building for other people? Let's get a couple of message cards here to see what sort of thoughts and feelings this person is having towards pile number 3 in the present. I've thought about you spending time with my family and I. So they've had fantasies if there are family boundaries or obstacles. They have thought about integrating you into their life and what that would look like. Maybe you have spent time with their families. I'm speaking through songs instead of directly telling you how they feel. I'm not blind to the signs. I see them. But I was in denial, or I am currently in denial. I feel like they see them in this moment, but they push that denial. They bring that denial to the forefront. I know that you've been right. I'm trying to forgive myself. There's a sense of them almost feeling guilty for how they truly feel here in this situation. I've been hurt by love before, ... They don't want to be hurt or hurt other people. They do feel vulnerable when it comes to this attraction. I feel like they're not 100% certain that you do feel the same way, even if it is mirrored here. Even though we're not together, I just can't see myself letting you go. And you're so different, but that's why I love you. So they are comparing you Pile 3, to other people, to other situations, other environments perhaps. How do they currently feel, please, about pile number 3? What are their truest feelings at this moment? Healing heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. So even if there is this methodology, is that what I'm looking for? Methodology surrounding arrival and surrounding digging in and seeing through my commitments to completion. That could just be, you know, a thought process that keeps us serving everyone else except for ourselves. We also have here the palm tree, stability, security, permanence, and growth, and flexibility within that. So the boundaries are in reference perhaps to commitment cycles. Their attraction to you is asking for more flexibility with the original plan. But they are worrying about being stabbed in the back or stabbing someone in the back, deception, shocking attack. They're also speaking about the reality surrounding how quickly their attraction for you kind of built up. We have addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, and restraint on the back of that deck. Now you were drawn originally to the leadership card, the bear and the cedar, to the leadership card here. And there they're actually showing me a cedar that has a cut in it. And, you know, when cedars have a cut in it, it'll like ooze out sap and it'll start to harden. It can be very medicinal. So they're speaking about, you know, when we make a wound in a tree, the tree automatically knows how to heal itself from below the surface, from the roots. And so they're speaking about when we feel like our actions will hurt other people, we need to acknowledge that there will be healing, there will be, you know, the smoke will settle, the dust will clear if a tower has to fall. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. What was the last thought they had about pile number 3 in the bowl? There's 6 of Cups. Reunions, connection, being generous with each other, especially when it comes to reality and the truth, because they were really thinking about your friendship or your connection and how the two of you have not been honest, how there's so much that has been left unsaid. Now with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position, there's a lot of stubbornness when it comes to achieving a new perspective on how we can achieve our goals. And part of the stubbornness is just trying to deviate from an original plan or an original expectation that other people perhaps have helped place that expectation upon my shoulders. You could be able to relate to that as well in your own situation. There's also an emphasis on children and responsibilities within their thoughts as well. Because here is the endurance of the elephant. I think of India. I also think about past life connection, but I also think about luck not being on our side when the trunk is down. So that could be their opinion of luck not being on our side. We have PPG, RU, then we have A, I, and G. We have here Virgo energy. We also have Pisces. We have the infant Jesus of Prague along with Our Lady, Mary, in the bowl. So that could be a motherhood journey as well for someone. 3 of Pentacles, so building upon a foundation. I also think of the work realm. We do have the Divine Masculine, who is sort of suppressing their action at this moment in time, even though they feel a really strong initiative to take action. You are the Star here. They're talking about Aquarius energy and somebody who is crushing on you, pile 3. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I just hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.